podcast, episode 69, I believe. I'm Tori, and welcome. It is Saturday, January 27th, and I am here coming to you from just north of Janesville, Wisconsin, about 3 minutes south of Madison, so we're in southern Wisconsin, on a very cloudy, foggy Saturday. I'm just looking out because I have my phone propped up on my window. It is very foggy. It's all snow fog because it's in like the low 30s, so it's enough to melt. And it's just, yeah, our snow is melting. We ended up having a snow day. My husband and I foolishly thought we could make it into work, and we did. 2 weeks ago now. And in southern Wisconsin, they don't know how to move snow. So if any of you have been here for a while, you know that I was raised in the UP, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, so I know snow, and they don't know snow here. So we left right before the storm started, and we got to work, and we realized as the storm was kicking in, when we got to work, I'm like, I think we made a mistake. We left a couple hours later and came home. So some of this stuff was started on that snow day. I mean, it wasn't a full snow day, but it was a snow day. Yeah, I have got some things to show today. It's actually quite a variety, so let's get into it. We'll start with this one. So I have a finished object to share. Just pull my chair back. You can see this here. It's nice and long. This is the Gib by Andrea Mowry, and you can see I finished the sweater. I'm pointing at this cable detail, which I love, on the increases for the shoulder. It's an all over texture pattern, which is extra squishy. Oh, yeah. I knit this oversized on purpose. It's quite baggy. The sleeves I knit long so I could do this. I love it. I finished it at work actually, and then the next day I wore it to work. But this sweater I think is not intended to have this much positive ease, but I decided I wanted it to be a nice big cozy sweater that would be nice and warm. So I think I succeeded. I don't think I have the yarn label. This was knit with Lion Brand Pound of Love and whatever this mustardy color is. It's been on my shelf for a while, so I'm glad I finally got to use it. And once I finally put my mind to this really knit up quickly. This section here with the cable charts, the increases, and the stitch pattern, it looks terrifying at first, but once you get into it, it's really not that bad. You have to pay attention, but it's doable. So yeah, I finished this guy. I love it. It's very cozy. Yeah. The other things I finished fiber related would be, if you remember last episode, I shared this little guy. Well, he needed a friend, so I made a couple more. I made a little lemon. And then I made the chonky mushroom boy pattern, but in the same size embroidery floss. So, yeah, I finished those. This guy took a decent amount of time because just the small size and the stitch differences made him take a little longer, but worth it. So now I have 3 tiny micro crochet stitch markers. I have a half finished object, and this is not even fully finished. I just cast off the first sock of this pair of socks I am knitting for Dad. I have to put in the heel where that white line is, but it's got the elastic threaded into the cuff, and it's this nice tweed yarn. This is Stroll Tweed Fingering in Forest Heather, and the intent is that the heel is going to be the same color. So I just finished this tube today, and so I'll cast on the next one, and then I'll add the heels, and we'll have a pair of socks. So that was exciting. This is good to go. We're just flying through this. This is going to be a short episode today. So another thing I finished is last episode, I mentioned that I wanted to make some cloth napkins. And I started, and then I didn't end up, I made 3. I didn't end up making any more because I just ran out of time and didn't want to cut the fabric, so I haven't done it yet. But I tested out how I want to handle this, and I've done 3 thus far. So I used everything that I could of this fabric, and they're double-sided. So what I did is I just cut out, 2 squares. I sewed them, I would say like 95% inside out, right sides facing in. Then I flipped them forward, and then I top stitched around the edge to make it look a little nicer, and then that also closed up the hole. So I made 3 of these, and now that I've shown these, I can use them and put them to use and test them. But yeah, I made 3 of these based off the size the fabric was. I think I did these to be 17.5-inch square, because when I was researching, people did anywhere from like 16 to 22 inches, I think. And originally I was going to do 18, but when I measured the fabric, halfway was 17.5, and I was like, okay, well, we're not even going to question that. We're just going to go for it. I mean, these aren't exact, but they're just napkins, and they're not even like fancy cloth napkins like some people have. These are just supposed to be for every day. Like, they are going to get use. I'd also like to either use one of these now or find like a different fabric and make one for when I'm painting, so I can wipe my brush off on it and I don't have to be like using paper towel all the time. I would think that would be nice. So I have 3 of them, and I want to make more. The fabric's still sitting over there, so maybe I'll cut some of that out today. No promises, but maybe I will. I didn't end up the other week, 2 weeks ago, because I'd hurt my back, so I didn't want to crawl on the floor cutting fabric. And then Dad was visiting last weekend, so maybe this weekend I will cut out some fabric. But I finished this pattern. I got 3 out of the fabric that I had. And maybe, depending on if I get odd or even numbers of the other ones, maybe I'll take one of these for my painting one. But we'll see. So I finished those. Those are my only finished objects. And when I finished this sweater, I was like, ooh, I really want to start something. But I decided, no, you need to pick up a project that's been languishing. So that's what I did. I ended up deciding to pick up the northeasterly blanket again. I had started this already ages ago, and I've already knit one of these. So this is actually the leftovers from that last one I made, plus 2 other colors, which will hopefully get me enough to make a blanket. If not, I might have to go to Hobby Lobby and pick up a couple colors eventually. Yeah, this is the northeasterly blanket. I think the designer is called Shenanigans, I think. And I believe I was to this color, or maybe no, I was to this, maybe I was to like this color. So I finished a row and I've started another row. And this is knit, join as you go. So you knit the first row and then you knit the next row up. I am knitting these on US 5 knitting needles. These are some straight knitting needles from my grandma, and I think technically great grandma used them as well. So it's nice to use them on a blanket. So this will just be a baby blanket size for someone who is expecting that we have in our life. I'm a family member. I don't think they watch this. If they do, spoiler alert. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't watch this, so it'll be fine. But I picked this back up, and I've really been enjoying this. Actually, I've been bringing this to work to knit on, because my husband and I have been riding into work together, so there's always a weight one end or the other of the day. So I've been working on this, and it's been really fun. I've been enjoying it quite a lot. It's a really popcorny pattern. I was just drawn to so many other projects that I hadn't picked it up. So that's really my only work in progress that I've got going that I've picked up actively, other than those socks. I did pick up spinning, so I will insert some footage here. I'm actually looking at my spinning wheel because, well, let's go on an adventure, shall we? Ignore the mess. Sorry. I have the basket on here, say hi to lady. But I have been working on some spinning, and I had started this forever ago. I actually hadn't gotten the wheel out for a while, and actually the wheel has not been out since we got Lady or Captain, so that's over a year and a half. But yeah, I am spinning up this lovely fiber. Let's put you back. A little adventure, hopefully as little editing as possible needed. Sorry. I've been putting that here because Midnight loves this thing and she will jump up and grab my fiber. But yeah, I had not pulled this spinning wheel out for over a year and a half. And it turns out Midnight is still the only one who cares about it. Lady didn't care about it at all. She's just like, whatever, what are you doing? And I'm working on this in a room where Captain can't get to, so that's no big deal there. But yeah, I had hardly any of this done when I started. And now I don't have much of the braid left. I'm filling out this bobbin, and then once this bobbin is filled out, I think I'll need to put a little bit more on another bobbin, and then I have one more braid of this, and I'm going to do a 2-ply. So yeah, I actually pulled this out on that snow day. We got home, and then that afternoon I pulled out the spinning wheel. So that has been really nice. I've also been playing with sketchbooks and art supplies a little bit more again. It's been a while, so like I'm not any good at anything, and I'm really not good at painting, but I found a tutorial, like, here's an example. I found a tutorial on how to do like just a very basic watercolor tree line, so I tried that. I was playing with hearts last night and paint, so I just did something like that. And then yeah, I've just been playing with textures in this little sketchbook that I got ages ago. You can tell that it's not made for paint, but I've been doing it anyway. I literally cut down a piece of scrap paper and put it in here so that when I'm working on it, if it bleeds through, it doesn't go to the next page under. And I've been doing that. And then I wanted to play with texture on a bigger scale, so I did this, and you're really not gonna be able to see what it is, but it's literally just, it's so textury. I love it. It's just very thick paint in a bunch of different colors. I used gesso in with white and red, and then I went at it with a brush, very thick paint, and was just playing with texture. No end goal here other than it's very satisfying to touch because that texture is so good, and in person I just like looking at it because of all the texture. But I've just been playing around, nothing good there, but that has been fun. That's been taking up some time. I've also been doing some drawing on my iPad. Do I even have one up right now? Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm just playing right now, so nothing groundbreaking, nothing good, but I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So I actually was working on this one just this morning, I think. Yeah, just this morning. I got it into my head that I wanted to do like stickers, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but it says Beverage Goblin Club. I don't know if you've been on online at all, but if you're online, one of the things people talk about is like people being a beverage goblin, where you have multiple drinks, like you'll have water and you'll have soda and you'll have tea or something, and you always have 3 drinks at any given time. And I have 4 different cups on my desk right now, and Justin always teases me, so I thought that was fitting to make that. I figured out how to add fonts on here so I can download fonts. I've been playing with downloading Procreate brushes. It's just been a lot of fun. So I've been doing that. But yeah, that actually is the bulk of what I have been working on. I don't have any stash enhancements or anything like that. I have one thing that I want to show, which is kind of cool, that I got from work every once in a while. So I work at a flooring distributor. So we sell wood flooring, tile, LVT, you know, all that kind of stuff, grout, whatever. So we're kind of like, I work at our company's basically, you could say, corporate headquarters. And so, you know, all the vendors come in to talk to the people to try to sell stuff, and we get occasional merch. And like, I've gotten, you know, like a travel coffee cup, I've gotten pens, and I weirdly got a blow up like inflatable lizard from Bostic Grout. But my favorite one thus far is this backpack. So Adora is a flooring brand, but look at this backpack. Like, it's got the laptop sleeve, which would fit my laptop or my iPad. It's got this pocket, and then it's got even a front pocket. It's got like elastic side pockets so you could put a water bottle in there, like padded straps. Come on. I am a little too excited about this, but you know, you work at a flooring distributor, normally you get all the little stuff, but I got a backpack this time. I am not mad at it. So I am a person who loves bags, and you know, the flooring company is not too bad, so I'm good with that. Yeah, other than that, which I am ridiculously excited about because it's just so nice. I love it. Yeah, I don't really have any upcoming cast-ons. I'm working on that blanket, and honestly, I'm kind of trying to focus on just working on what I want to work on. And if that means painting or sewing or stitching or spinning or whatever, I just trying to focus on going with the flow and just doing the things that sound good and make me feel happy. So I have been doing those things. Like I said, I've got art supplies all over my desk right now. Wash paint. I've got my little watercolor tin, which, update on this, I don't know if I've said anything about this, but I love this thing. And everybody who suggests just spraying it with a spray bottle before you use it, I just keep this on my desk now, and I use watercolor on a regular basis in this thing for fun. I'm not good at it, but the only way to get better is to paint. And then, side note, I had gotten these little collapsible cups again, because originally this was going to be for travel, and I fill these up with water and they're great. I use them at my desk. But yeah, I've just been trying to do small things that I enjoy. Haven't done a whole lot of reading, but you know, trying to get back into reading here or there. Our life's been chaotic. We officially can say that we have the Schaffner curse, which is for vehicles. If it's going to go wrong, it will. So we're going through that right now. So we have a lot more time at home. Thankfully, it'll all work out. It always does. But in the meantime, I'm just, you know, all of the crafts, all of the baking, all of the nice chill hobbies, so that we can come home and just unwind. So yeah, I'm rambling. If you liked this video, please like it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to. I'm rusty at this. Comment below. I'd love to really rusty, clearly, and I love to grow this community. I'm so excited I can't even say it out loud. And yeah, the no show notes thing is definitely helping me want to put a video out, also trying to be a little more consistent. So hopefully in a few more weeks we'll have another episode. I'm not sticking to any set schedule because life happens, and some weekends I have time and some I don't, so we're just gonna go with what time I have. And yeah, I mean, the blog is still at woolymastodon.wordpress.com. I'm on Facebook as Woolly Mastodon and Victoria Schaffner. I'm on Instagram as Tori Schaffner. If I post anywhere, I'd be there, but honestly, I just haven't really been posting on social media. And I'm on Ravelry at lilwestie as lilwestie, L-A-L-Westie. I did go through a couple weeks ago and throw all my projects in there. They're not fully updated yet, but at least it's a start. So you can kind of see what I've been working on. Everything's in there. It might not be updated, but it's in there. So I need to work on that. But yeah, with that, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the next one, and you have a lovely week. Bye.